Hey guys, what's happening? It's Luke here. I took you to my secret spot, and I call it my secret spot because nobody really knows about it apart from me. It doesn't get busy here. I'm only about an hour and 20, hour and 30 minutes away from Toronto here, and God, it's just breathtaking. Really breathtaking, honestly. Like, you look around and just incredible. So you guys, I just wanted to talk to you today about the most difficult part of moving to another country is friends and family, leaving those friends and family behind, and the culture shock that comes with that. Now, first of all, depending on your lifestyle situation, if you have kids, it's going to be very different to the experiences that I'm about to share. But I just want to talk to you mainly about relationships and how we built relationships and how it's different to that of our home country, the UK. And I find it is different over here. So in the UK, I find people like to keep work and personal life completely separate. There are cases where people aren't like that, but mostly people like to keep it separate. They don't really like to, make friends with work colleagues and stuff like that. And, that's fine or whatever. But over here, it's a different story. You can make friends with whoever you like within your workplace. Some of my best friends have come from places I've worked for in Canada. So, and the same with my girlfriend too. Like, you'll find there's just the most amazing people that you're going to meet when you're working, and it's going to make your job that more enjoyable as well if you start to create these friendships. So now I'm going to just say about the culture shock. So when you move to another country, there's this thing called a culture shock. If you actually look on Canada's website, it defines it on there. It's an actual thing. And basically what it is when you come to another country, things are different. And they might not be different in a good way or a bad way, but things are different, and you start to hate that things are different. For example, some of the things that drove me nuts was how you buy a car over here. It's convoluted, it's a complicated process compared to the UK, I thought anyway. But it's just what you're used to. You're not used to it. You feel overwhelmed because you don't know this process. And it's all guessing, and there's lots of money, and it's stressful, right? So that culture shock can really be a depressing, dark time. And for us, it really was. We were in our condo, and that was the light at the end of the tunnel. I'd bought a car, we were transferring all our money over from the UK. That was going wrong. It hit the bank was holding it. There was all kinds of disastrous things which were not that disastrous, but at the time I thought I was just going out of my mind. And this went on as we moved in October. This culture shock, it went on for quite a while. It actually lasted us right through until probably the spring. The winter was brutal. Our first winter here in Ontario was brutal. It was grey and miserable, much like the one this year I think it's going to be. And it was freezing cold some days, like so cold. And we just never experienced winter like that. And it was brutal. We didn't have any friends. We felt very alone, very isolated. And it was so difficult. And after we got past that, you find that and because it was winter as well, you sort of isolate yourself. Ontario isn't a place with lots of winter activities. It's really not. And we ended up isolating ourselves for sort of, and I don't say isolating, I just say not putting ourselves out there enough as I would have liked to for the first sort of 6 months. After that, everything starts going up, and that's when you really start to notice you made the right decision. You start to enjoy everything a little bit more. So there is a light at the end of that tunnel, and it does get better and better and better. So just remember that. So yeah, Ontario, it has its ups and downs, and I really do think that it's a completely different place compared to most other provinces. Now, when thinking about this culture shock and everything that we went through, it kind of put almost a black print on the condo we were in. We made a mistake moving to a condo. It was a luxury condo, don't get me wrong, but it was a mistake. We just didn't like it. It was just terrible. And I'm not saying this got us through the process, but it was so tough and depressing that winter. It was one of the toughest times of my life, that first 6 months. And I would say if you move in summer, into Ontario anyway, in summer, then that's going to be much better for you. Other provinces are better in winter because you have ski activities. You could get involved with a ski group and stuff like that. But Ontario doesn't really have any decent skiing. I don't care what people say, Blue Mountain is just a hill. And yeah, so, but it is all about getting yourself out there, getting involved. You don't just want to sit at home, sort of dwelling on everything. My girlfriend, she didn't have a car for the first while. Insurance is so expensive in Toronto that we were just, racking our brains about all different kinds of stuff of what we're going to do. We nearly went home after the first year, actually. It was like make or break almost. And luckily we stayed. And now over 2 years later, we're still here. So, it worked out pretty well, I think. So anyway, guys, that was just a little bit about the culture shock, what we went through. Hopefully this video will help you or anybody that's moving on how to avoid getting into that culture shock hole like we did. Put yourself out there. Don't come in winter and all that stuff. So I'll speak to you guys later. Take care. Peace.